Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Matt. I'm actually making my first YouTube video right now because I'm getting frustrated with all the people I've come across every single day. And it's this negativity, this constant criticism, this I'm going to follow what you're doing because you're cool mentality. It's not going to get anybody anywhere. And I'm trying to seek out successful people who are motivated, who want to learn, who are coachable. And I'm also constantly studying people who are being successful. I follow their patterns, making it my lifestyle. Now, with that being said, I want to talk to you about failure and success. And with that being said, I was crunching some numbers earlier today, trying to figure out how much money I needed to retire, and it wasn't pretty, and it was actually scary. So nowadays, it's literally impossible for us to retire with a single retirement. Now, you think that you're going to work a 40-hour a week job for 40 years and you're going to get 40% of your retirement, and it's not going to last you your entire life. If you outlive your retirement, you're screwed. You're not going to have a chance to get back to work. You're going to be homeless and someone's going to have to support you. And I'm like, no way, it's not going to be me. And so, with that being said, a few years back, I started investing in the stock market, did some real estate investment, did some business investments, and my asset column is actually bigger than my liability column now, but it's taken me 3 years now, and I'm not nowhere near where I want to be, and I'm going to keep growing. And when I find opportunities, I try to take people with me. With that being said, for instance, I started this company, Connie. Now I got into this supplement that's been helping me tremendously. I mean, it helped with my high blood pressure, but not only that, I'm trying to train to go into dive school here soon, and it's this constant workout routine that is tearing my body down. So I got on Kyane, the Triangle of Health, and it's literally helped me recover. I'm crushing everything I do now. But with that being said, I bought distributor rights, and now I'm making money with Kyane, and it's constant criticism with other people who are like, I want to see you make money first before you do this. I want to see how successful you're going to do or be before I join the team or before I do this. I'm like, you know what? I don't want people like that on my team. If you don't have that drive and you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone and take a risk, then I don't want you on the team, because you're going to be that way for the rest of your life. You need to change yourself now. Now, don't follow other people. Don't let other people's opinions become your reality. And that's a pattern that I see every single day. Now, somebody does something because they think it's cool, or say I do something because this is what I'm passionate about, but one person says, oh, that's so stupid, oh, I can't believe you're doing that. Then they completely stop what they're doing. They go back in their little shell and they work in their cubicle, and they live until they die. It's sickening to see that's the world that we live in today. Now, success isn't going to come to us. It's not going to be given to us one day when we retire. We're not going to turn 45 and someone's going to say, here you go, you made it, and give us a check, and we're going to be just living the life we've always wanted to live. It's not going to happen. You got to be hungry. You got to want it. And I don't care how many different businesses, how many investments I go through, but I know one day I'm going to be there, because I'm going to constantly drive. I'm going to constantly push myself, and I'm never going to quit. Every single day I get some people that are just hit me with stuff that I feel it kind of checking my ego, checking my body and my I guess my attitude, I guess you could say, and I'm aware of that, and I don't let it affect me throughout the day. Now I push harder, I get hungry, and it feeds my fire in my stomach that I want to prove these people wrong. One simple thing, my favorite quote out there is, a bird of a feather flock together. I mean, if you're hanging out with losers, you're going to be a loser one day. You got to hang around successful people. Don't hang around the cool crowd. Don't go out drinking every single night. If you're sitting at your house watching 6 hours of Netflix and TV all day, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're never going to be anything. And you're probably that person that's complaining about how your boss isn't treating you right, how you're not making enough money, how you should be way higher up and doing all these things. Well, no, it's actually your fault. Look yourself in the mirror and take responsibility for everything that's happened in your life today, because nothing that's happened to you is somebody else's fault. It's all your fault. You let it happen. You can stand around and be a volunteer victim all day, but that's not going to be me. Now, if you're that person in my life, I'm sorry, you're not going to be in my life anymore. I am literally getting rid of people in my life that drag me down. If you're negative, and I've tried to help you, and I've given you my time, and I was patient with you, and I tried to get you to the level that I'm going to, or where I'm going to be at, and I just couldn't get through to you, then I got to move on. I can't sit there and be stagnant with you in the water. Now, with Kayani, I've literally doubled my income. Now it's hasn't made me rich and I'm not successful yet, but I can tell you right now that every single dollar that I make, I reinvest into my asset column. Now that could be the stock market, my business accounts, whatever it is. I'm reinvesting it, and I'm watching my literally my asset column in the last 2 weeks has grown 13%, which is more than it has in the last year. So yes, and you're not making $1 million overnight. No, it's a constant process. Success isn't a destination. I'm sorry, it's not a place. It's a destination. It takes time to get there. And you have to be willing to fail. It's better to be a failure than a quitter, because if you quit, then you never had the opportunity, you never had the chance, and you never challenged yourself. I would fail 100 times, 500 times before I quit. And that's why people either hate me or they love me, because I'm persistent, I'm consistent, and I don't quit. I don't care what you tell me. I don't care if you shun me from whatever community because of something I'm doing. I don't care. If I'm passionate about it, I believe in it, I'm gonna do it regardless of what you say. Now you can either run with me, you can get out of my way because I'm moving on. Now that's the attitude you need to have. Now I'm nowhere near perfect and I'm nowhere near successful yet. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm gonna be there. Mark my words. Watch me get there. And one day when you're saying, hey, is there anything I can do to get with you, join your team? And I'm like, you had that opportunity 5 years ago, man. I'm retired. I'm sorry, I tried. You gotta be willing to find people that are successful, and you have to get into their group and become their friends and learn from them. Be coachable, be willing to take whatever they have and just use it, soak it up like a sponge, and grow. If you're hanging around the same crowd of people every day, and you're those same people that are bitching on Facebook, who are crying about everything, and everything's someone else's fault, then that's who you're gonna be. And I'm sorry to say this, and sometimes it's, you got to say things you don't want other people to hear because it hurts their feelings, but it's true. If that's you, then maybe this should be a reality check. I'm telling you that my friends that are successful, I never hate on them, because as bad as it's like, man, I wish I could be as successful as them. Why didn't I do that? Oh man, he's not better than I am. No, I actually swallow my pride. And then I ask them what they did, how'd they get there, what can I do to get help, coach me, tell me what I'm doing wrong. You got to be willing to learn. Stop criticizing people, don't condemn people, and try to understand why people do what they do to be who they are. Now this is a lifetime evolution. You're going to be doing this forever, but you're never going to tap into your potential if you don't try. Now let me say this, if you watch 3 hours of TV a day, start now, give up 1 hour a week or 1 hour a day. So that's 7 hours a week, right, of TV that you're not watching. That's 7 more hours you can invest into reading a book, watching a documentary on a successful president, or calling people, or doing some research on something you're passionate about. Just take that extra hour and invest it in yourself. And then eventually, for me, like, I get it. We all need brain vacations. We have to watch TV. We have to shut down for a minute, but don't make it a habit. Don't rot your brain away. We're only alive on this earth for a short amount of time. Why waste it? Like all these people say, the richest place on earth is the graveyard, because nobody taps into who they are. They go through life doing the 40-40-40 regiment and they die. But they never had an opportunity to actually find out who they were, or even chase their dreams or their goals. You can all have dreams, but if you don't have goals, then you're never going to achieve those dreams. I'm telling you right now, there was one guy who I talked to who told me this story, and he said, hey, when I was a kid, I walked with this old man by the beach, and this guy said, hey, youngster, what are you up to? And this kid said, hey, I want to be just like you. I want to be successful. And the guy said, okay, cool. Meet me at the beach at 4 a.m. The kid brushed him off and said, no way, I'm not going to be at the beach at 4 a.m. I don't get up that early. So the guy said, sorry, I tried to help you. Anyways, the kid turned back and said, okay, you know what, I'll be there. Well, they show up at the beach at 4 a.m. The guy tells the kid to get out in the water. The kid goes out in the water and he says, keep walking. This guy's walking with this kid out in the water until he gets to about chin deep in the ocean. And that man grabs that kid and shoves him underwater. This kid is drowning, and as he's underwater, he could not believe that this is how his life was going to end. He was about to take his breath and try to breathe, and die at the same time. Anyways, right when he was about to take his last breath and die, the guy pulled him out of the water, And he looked at the kid in the eyes and he said, what do you want most in life? Or what did you want most when you were about to take that breath knowing you were going to die? And the kid said, I just wanted to breathe. I wanted air. And the guy looked at the kid and said, that's how bad you gotta want to be successful. If you're bitching about not getting enough sleep every night because you're only getting 7-8 hours of sleep, you need to like really check yourself, because 7-8 hours of sleep, I'm telling you right now, I haven't had 7-8 hours of sleep in probably 2 years. I'm up at 3 a.m. every single morning because I know that everybody I've studied that's successful wakes up at 3 in the morning. We're more productive when we first get up, when it's quiet. Nobody's distracting us. If you're getting up at 6, 7, try getting up at 5. Work that out for a few months. Get up at 4. Every night before you get to bed, write down what you're going to do that next day. I'm telling you, because if you worry about getting 7-8 hours of sleep at night, you're never going to be who you want to be. You got to put in the time. Give up the Xbox. Give up the Netflix. Give up your sleep. You got to want it bad enough to breathe. You got to go 24, 48-hour shifts where you're just grinding nonstop. And now that's me. Now, yes, it's tough. I work a full job. I go to school full time. I got a wife and a daughter at home that I'm doing the best I can to be the best husband and father I can be. Now, it's a balance. You got to find that balance, but you also got to realize that if you live that hard life now, you're going to live that easy life later. You can retire at 40 or 50 and do whatever you want. But if you live that easy life now, going through stagnant, drinking every single weekend, watching TV, getting a $10 an hour job, and you're paying the bills, living in your shitty apartment, then when time comes and you hit that wall and you're 40 years old and you're like, shit, I got no money, I got no skills, I got no nothing, I don't even know what I like in life, then you're going to be struggling every single day, trying to breathe, keep your head above water until you die. I'm sorry, that's it. Why not put the effort in now when you have the energy? You're young, your brain works, your body works. Just do it. It's going to be worth it. You're investing it in yourself. Don't, it's frustrating. I'm sorry. I gotta say this, and I'm glad I'm putting this out there to everybody, but if you got something bad to me to say, that's great. I love your opinions. I love your criticism, because criticism helps me grow. When somebody is criticizing me, it helps me think a different way. Okay, why is this person criticizing me? I'm trying not to get defensive. You can't let somebody rattle your cage. Don't be pissed off because somebody doesn't agree with you. You know, take it in and learn from it. But if you got somebody that's constantly just dragging you down and you've done everything you can to try to help them, you got to move on. You got to move on. If you got friends in your life who are dragging you down, sorry, move on. And unless you're happy making paycheck to paycheck, weekly, drinking every single night, do whatever you can, do it. That's you. I'm telling you. But if you want to be successful and you want to and you want to have a great life one day and you want to find out what your potential was, then challenge yourself, right? You can literally program your mind to do anything. You can program yourself into depression. You can program yourself to climb a mountain. You can do whatever you want. Why not train yourself, invest in your mind, and do it? I'm telling you, mark my words right now. This day, I've been at this for 2 years now. In 5 years, I already have a goal. 5 years, I want to be retired. 5 years, I am done. I want to be traveling the world. I want to be buying properties. I want to have so much residual income I don't have to work anymore. Anyways, my name's Matt. I'm glad I'm able to get this out there to everybody. It's my first video. Sorry if it's all over the place, but I was frustrated and I just want to get that out there. You need to wake up, everybody. No one's going to give you anything. Stop accepting handouts. Stop relying on people and start relying on yourself. Okay? If you rely on the government to pay you your wages and your Social Security and your retirement, then yeah, the second they stop paying that, you're screwed. So make your own money. Find out how you can do it. And even if you're like me, for instance, I'm with Kyone, so I can pull in that extra residual income. Now, I can't tell you this is going to be a lifelong thing, but yeah, I'm going to be successful at it. I'm going to make as much money as I can. I'm reinvesting that money because one day I know I am going to be done. Anyways, y'all have a good night. It was great talking to you.